Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over the key cutting machine. This machine is specifically used for cutting more of like the house keys, the mailbox keys, toolbox keys. Um, Not really made for automotive, and I'll explain why as I go over the different parts of the machine itself. This machine is called the Rytan. I think it's Rytan something 100. We've actually had this machine for almost 20 something years. It is definitely a workhorse. It is one of the most accurate key cutting machines out there, and it is solid. This thing is made out of like full sort of like cast metal, and this thing will last forever. So I'll show you parts of the key cutting machine so you're familiar with it. So this sort of handle and knob moves this entire carriage right here. So you can see that. This is the grip on the key, so it grips the key in place. This side is the side that you actually put the key that you're going to be duplicating. So a customer's key will go on this side, and your blank key is going to go on this side, and so it allows you to hold down the key. Now this right here is it's called the tracer. This actually traces the edge of the key, so the ridges and the cuts on the key. And so that's what it does. And as you move it along, it will move the entire carriage so that this key, the blank key, will be cut precisely as the original key. Right here is the tracer adjustment. You have to use an Allen wrench to loosen this, to adjust it. You don't need to change anything on this. It's already set. I just recently changed out this tracer. It was worn down right here because of the, hundreds of times you're running the key back and forth on it. It wears it down. So we just changed this tracer. So it's good to go. This is the key cutter. So this thing you have to be super careful for when you turn it on. It spins and it can be really dangerous. So you have to be super mindful of that at all times. So this is the on and off switch for the Rytan machine. This is the deburring wheel. So it's made out of like, I don't know, maybe like a super strong nylon, but it allows you to take off these like little metal shavings after you cut the key. There's going to be these metal shavings on it, so this allows you to be able to, it's called deburring. So basically taking out all these little metal splinters on the key so that you have a smooth key. Over here, this is your knob that allows you to control the carriage. This knob right here, basically what you do, you'll notice that this thing doesn't go in this way. The only way it goes in is you have to push this down, then pull this knob. You see how I'm doing that? Let me try to get my fingers out. You pull the knob to release it so it can go all the way up. If you notice, as I push it down, you'll hear a click. That click means it's now back in place, and you would have to pull this again to be able to release the carriage so it can go up so you can start cutting. The other part of this machine is this. You don't really adjust this too often, but it allows you for more space. Let's say if you have a thicker key in this area, it allows you to put a key that's thicker inside. So you rarely have to adjust this, but occasionally you will, and you just turn it to counterclockwise to give it more room, clockwise to tighten it up. Same thing on this side. I think the last thing is, this is called a shoulder stop. And basically what it allows you to do is on the key, remember the key has a shoulder on it, and this will allow you to rest the key. Once you lock the key in place right here, you'll be able to take this and put it against the shoulder stop on this side, and the same thing on the key blank, and this will allow you to make sure that the key is being cut accurately. And I'll show you that once we get into the actual cutting of the key itself. So I believe that's pretty much it on this machine. This is, this is our workhorse that we use to cut single-sided edge cut keys. And it's just great. It cuts it really smooth. So now that you're familiar with the machine itself, what we'll do is we will now go into cutting edge cut keys.